Hello and welcome to Voice of the Nation. I'm your host, Stephanie Adair, and today we'll be talking to a Thai designer who has come up with the tasty and innovative protein alternative made from chicken feathers. Today I'm here with Sauravut Giti Banton, a Thai designer.
สวัสดีครับ
Swadika. Hi, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So, could you tell us where did the inspiration for your project come from, and did it take long for you to develop?
I started this project since 2019. So I started this project since I was studying for master degree at Central Saint Martin, London. So the inspiration came from I just saw the inefficiency of how poultry waste could be like not efficiently well managed. So like as as you guys could know, the waste from poultry industry could be turned into many applications such as fertilizer and feedstock and even bioplastic. But I saw this kind of in the application doesn't match with the supply from the slaughterhouse. So I would love to create a new application how we can make use from the waste stream from the poultry industry, like how we can create a demand to reduce the supply from the slaughterhouse. So I think if we could create a new application where people could consume and make use a whole chicken, like to make less waste as much as possible, would be interesting. So I found a piece of research where the research said the chicken feathers contain high protein as same as chicken breast. So the idea come to my mind that like well like why wouldn't we could make the feather to be edible. Yeah.
Mm. So, how long did it take for you to develop it?
So yeah, as I said earlier, it started from 2019, so it's around 2 3 years already at the moment. Yeah.
So it started 3 years ago, but it's still. Are you still currently developing it, or like is it like okay?
Yes, I'm still currently developing it. So the first year is all about like researching, do the paperwork, but like when it shifts to the second years, it allows me to working collaboratively with the scientists and also the public. So at the moment we running the prototyping in the lab, like how to extract the chicken feathers from waste, like in the lab, like everything doing in the lab scale, not the mass production. Yeah.
Mm. Can I ask you how large is your team? Like, how many people are there?
So at the moment, my team only four peoples and my team. So it will be me and my assistants, like two of my assistants and one scientist. Yeah.
So, were there any obstacles along the way?
Yeah, many actually. Yeah, the I mean yeah, the struggle that we have faced is like the first thing is even hard to achieve is the culture barrier. So people who receive this new and see this kind of new alternative protein, the first thing that come to like their mind is uh would it be edible, and also the chicken feathers associate with the disgustness and the and the dirt and dirty. Like people see chicken feather is dirty and not clean enough to like to be consumable. So like this thing create the culture barrier where people they don't aware like there will be a process where we process this to be clean enough and achieve the food grade where people could be consumed. Yeah. And also
Mm.
the second thing that we have faced is about the pricing. When we talk about this kind of new alternative protein, they they ask for the price, but even like eventually at the moment we running just like in we doing small batch where we could not achieve the economy of scale. We could not reduce the price. People always ask me like, is the price of this new protein cheaper than chicken? But we have to answer that, oh no, like the price is much higher than chicken protein. But but we considering this is a new protein, not comparing with the chicken protein. So this protein has more benefits. It means like it could reduce the waste stream from the poultry industry. It could reduce the CO2 gas. It has like it create less carbon dioxide footprint, and also it's reduce the greenhouse gas as well. Yeah.
Mm. So you're saying that um, it has more protein than the regular protein that is currently in the market right now, right?
No, I said like the protein, like when compared by gram, by weight, like weight by weight.
Okay.
The like the fattest protein has the same amount of the protein as chicken breast.
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So, but like you're saying that it's still the price is still high, but what is the price right now? Like, do you have like a number for like per gram or maybe like per batch?
Um, I couldn't answer like the exact number to you, but it's about like 5 to 10 like times like price higher than chicken breast.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, but it's because the price is still high because you're not able to make it in a really large batch like
yeah,
chicken, right?
yeah.
So
So
we're
everything, like
talking
every
about
process has been made by human.
the
But
yeah.
if we shift to the large batch, so we could use the machinery to help us develop the product. Yeah.
Mm. So you're saying that in the future, like if there's a possibility that we can use machinery and like shift it into a more like mass production, the
Hmm.
price would go down.
Yeah, definitely, yes.
Mm.
Hmm.
So how can chicken feather protein benefit or help process of food waste?
Mm. So the chicken protein, like the chicken fat as protein, could help. Uh, like normally, the waste chicken feathers will be put in incineration or the landfilling. So this cause a lot of problems since it will require a lot of energy to get rid of the waste feathers, and it's the CO2 and also the gas, the greenhouse gas will be released after the incineration. So the paper said the when we put the chicken feather into incineration, it used higher energy more than a new coal plant. You know what I mean? So like
Mhm.
to extract the new coal, it used less energy than getting rid of the feather waste. And also when the chicken feather has been put in the landfilling, uh, it caused a lot of problem because it's ruined the local water resource at that area, and it will be a cause of spreading of diseases. So the flies will come, and people who living around there will get the effect of will get the effect of the degradation of the fetal waste, and the fly will be transport this disease to the people around that area. And also,
Mm,
yeah, as you guys know, like this, like we are facing the issue of the food inequality, of the food uh insecurity, sorry.
mm,
Yeah, yeah, we are facing the food insecurity, like about, like we produce something but we could not make use 100% of it. So this project will be solve for that issue. So for example, one chicken could, like if we could consume like that fat as well, we could it enhance the protein from one chicken about 10%. So let's put in the large scale. So like if we don't have to raise a billion of chicken, but we can do only like 900,000 of the chicken. Yeah, which is it helps us to less use energy and the transportation and everything. Yeah.
mm. So it helps in the long run.
Yeah.
So, if mass production becomes available for like chicken feather, can we expect to see this type of protein in our supermarket anytime soon?
Yeah, but yes, but I think it would need around like a couple of years to achieve all about the food standards. So like when it's put in, when the project shifts into the mass production, there will be regulations and food standard that we need to achieve, not only for the prototyping and the formulation, but it needs to achieve in terms of the machineries and factory as well. So like I would say in a couple of years it could be available in the supermarket, but not like next year or next 2 years. Yeah.
Mm. So,
Mhm.
have you spoken to any Thai chicken farmers? Sorry, like about the project. Like, what do they think about it? Do they like? What do you think about the idea or project?
Yeah, I have been researching with the slaughterhouse. Yeah, where like they slaughter, that they kill like birds every day. So yeah, at the moment they kind of like they have they are struggling about how to manage like waste feathers. Like at the smallest slaughterhouse that I have visit, they even have to pay for someone who come and collect like these waste feathers to like just like get rid of their area. Like they paid around like 500 baht like every day for like someone who come and collecting it, and they have no idea what next of, like what are the next step from of that, like disregard feathers. Yeah,
Mm,
and like they're kind of like interesting because like it could like like this kind of new application, like using west feathers, could they could earn more money. And like yeah, and yeah, they kind of like they're interesting, but like how like the process like of like shifting, it has to be designed and has to be um managed, I would say. Yeah.
mm. Could you give us like a small walkthrough of like how from chicken feather is it like turned into a steak? Like what's the
Mhm.
process? Like
Yeah, I would explain as like a two big process. So the first process is about extraction protein. So the second phrase is about food forming, about how to make the steak. So like if we uh receive the like the chicken feathers, so one chicken feathers uh, contain about 90% of the protein. So we need to extract it into the powder. So like in this process, it takes at the moment we achieve like 32 hours extraction process from like one like feathers, like we put in the process of the extraction process to like 32 hours, then we could receive the powder of like the chicken feathers powder. So like this is the end of the first phase. So then we shift like the end product from the first phase into the second phase where we doing the food forming. So we use the powder as the substance, the first substance, and then we combining with recipes and the ingredients, how to make food, and the stabilizers, like how to make like food form and shapes. So yeah, the second phase is like it could be turning to like I would say like anything. It could like the first prototype that I just launched is about making a steak because it's kind of interesting idea where we could make like a product that look like meat from waste from the animal, but actually it could be turned into anything because like the first substance is powder. It could be turned into spaghetti, it could be turned into snack or like chips, which is like it could, yeah, which is it's higher protein, it has a high protein. Yeah.
So, how does this protein actually taste like? Because when we talk about feathers, we feel like we think about like the crunch and the smell, like, but what does it taste like?
It actually has smellless and tasteless. Like a lot of people always have this kind of questions, ask me many times, and I allow them to like to test and experience like what is the smell like and what the taste like, and like everyone saying that like it's kind of like has like no taste and no smell, but the mouth feel is similar to the whey protein that we are consuming like in these days. Yeah.
Mm. So, other than steak, are there any plans? Or are there any other menu that this protein you think that could be turned into?
It could be turning like I prototyping a new kind of like a new pasta where it has zero carb but it high protein. So like as you know, it's come as a powder or a liquid that has the high level of the protein. So like when it's combining with food binders and any other ingredients, it could turn into like anything. Like I create a zero carb pasta and zero carb chip, like the snack, and also it could be like turned into the way like a protein bar for for the sport as well.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, I think as a protein bar, it'd be very interesting because I think I went to uh I'm sorry, like I once tried this protein made from bugs, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
made into a protein bar, and it it tasted great. And I just found out like after I had it that, oh, it was made from bugs. Oh, thank you for making me try this.
Yeah, it's the same kind of like it's a same process. It's similar products. Yeah, like protein from the insects could be considering as an alternative protein as well. So this kind of chicken feathers protein could act or have the same functions as the insects powders. Yeah. So
Mm.
you like
So
your brain has been tricked by the flavors and the ingredient that they like seasoning and flavoring in that product. Yeah.
so overall, what was the feedback for your project? Because like even Apex also like presented you as one of on their social media too.
So the feedback is quite good. I mean, like the first year when when I present this to the public, like they feel like they have so many questions about this project, and some of them have the negative effect to like the negative feedback to like to this project as well. But when like people talking, like there will be like someone like you or APEC presenting this kind of new innovation, new food that could help for like that could help the world, like the there will be less negative feedbacks and people kind of like want to try more open-minded and have the positive feedbacks to like to my project as well. Yeah. So yeah, when like it's similar to the research that I just explained, like if people or the role model or influencers like value this kind of project is innovation or a new drink that's good, like that has more benefits. So the social or the society will kind of like get get the influence from from the like their thoughts as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Gan. ขอบคุณนะคะ so we really look forward to seeing like how this innovation will go and how like the future for it. So that's it for today with Voice of the Nation, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. สวัสดีค่ะ